Good morning to everybody. I'm going to introduce on Nokia the main activity we are driving worldwide on the fiber rollout. So today Nokia, as you know, is a global company offering fixed and mobile solutions for the entire telecom network. And one of our biggest activity is in fact to roll out fiber optic networks with major operators across the world. So actually today, we are number one position in the OLT space, and the OLT means the fiber platform which is delivering PON technologies to the end users. We are the only one actually to be acting on the worldwide market in all the territories. So we have a large install base in Europe with major operators like Orange, like Telecom Italia, like Telefonica, for example. But we also have a large install base in US with AT&T and Verizon, and also a significant install base in China with China Telecom and China Mobile. One of the key aspects where we are the first is that the PON technology today is getting very diverse, and there is a wide set of PON solutions which are used worldwide and which are coming to the market. So we are the number one, which is delivering at the same time GPON, which is 2.5 gigabit media, in order to serve 100 megabit to the end user, but also at the same time 10G PON, meaning we are able today on a fiber network going to the end user, going to the building, going to the base station, to be able to deliver 10 gig symmetrical. And that's a major breakthrough in the technology, because having 10 gigabits on fiber networks allow to converge fixed and mobile traffic, to connect the base station, to connect the business subscriber. And also today, we are on the same time starting to put on the market the TWDM PON, which is a technology which is having multiple wavelengths on the same fiber in order to give different service to the end user on a wavelength basis. So you can have the same fiber network used for multiple purposes thanks to that. And that's really an area where Nokia is first today, thanks to the innovation that we are bringing on the PON market. Also, an interesting point is we are not only delivering passive optical network solution, meaning point to multi-point, but we are also delivering point-to-point solution from our platform. So when there is a need to have a simple 1 gig connection, 10 gig connection, point-to-point, from the same platform, we can deliver that, and that's an area where we are today number one. Now, if we go back to the past, what was the need in the 2020 target when 10 years ago or 5 years ago, the digital agenda was looking at the speed for the end user? The target was already to prepare networks for 100 megabits. But actually, that target has changed really a lot. We see today, when we build fiber network, that we don't have, and we should absolutely not think about a 100 meg network, but we have to think about 1 gig, 10 gig, and even 100 gig is coming. Why? Because today, 1 gig is already a reality. For example, when you see a DOCSIS network, easily they can deliver 300, 400 megabit, and they can go to 1 gig. So the fiber, for sure, has to be competitive. But 10 gig is also coming here, because the user experience is such that people now with fiber, they want to have immediate real-time reaction when they are willing to download a movie. Just in a few seconds, the movie should be available for them. And that is possible with peak rate of 10 gigabits. But also at the same time, we see the fiber is helping to converge the network, so not only residential subscribers are connected to that network, business subscribers are connected, and then for sure business are waiting 1 gig symmetrical or even 10 gig symmetrical, and on the same fiber network, we are able with that new technology to deliver that. And also an important point is mobile base stations are converging, and they need symmetrical services as well at speed of 1 gig, 10 gig, and even more with 5G. Now, if we look at how we touch point and how we solve that equation of multi-fiber technology on the same platform with very high speed up to 100 gig. Actually, you see here one of the leading Nokia products, which is connecting fiber to the end user, and that product is having a backplane capacity, a bandwidth capacity of 10 terabit. There is not many machines able to do that. So that product is already deployed, is in service, and for operators, it's really very comfortable because it is there to stay for at least 5 years to come in order to sustain all the growth and the need of the bandwidth in the network. Now, an interesting point on that product is that we are today, thanks to it already, delivering 1 gig services for very large-scale network. Just to give an example, you can find 1 gig services in US. You can find it also in Spain with Telefonica, and also we can deliver multiple hundred megabit service in a network, for example, in France. At the same time, you see that this equipment is not linked to one technology. There are many technology. GPON is one. XGS, meaning 10 gig PON, is another one. TWDM is also another one. So it's very hard for somebody to predict which technology will be needed at a certain point of time. In order to fix that problem, we are bringing a universal technology platform. You don't know, nobody knows what will be the technology tomorrow. For that purpose, our line card has been built in order to be universal. So even if we start with one technology, GPON, for example, today, tomorrow, the same equipment can be used without any change to go to 10 gig PON, for example. As you see here, what is the services which we are bringing with those fiber network? You can connect, you see on the top, small cells, large cells, 3G, 4G, tomorrow 5G. It's extremely important. If there is an investment of a fiber network today, we are talking billions of euros. It's cost. In order to prepare that investment and to leverage that investment, what Nokia is doing is to able to use the same fiber, the same network for every application, meaning mobile base station, meaning, as you see below, residential, fiber to the home, or fiber to the building, or enterprise business customer. So an investment is such that having the capability to use that investment one time to connect all type of application is really a must. And that's the beauty of the technology we bring. You see here that we bring several colors on the fiber, so we can address different subscriber, different application with a certain lambda, a certain wavelength on the PON, and we can play with the wavelengths. It's a technology which is under preparation. Now, what about convergence? Today, when you have the mobile connectivity, when you use your handset, it's going to the base station, but the base station, we should never forget, needs to be connected to the network in order to send the traffic. How that connection is made? Very frequently, almost all of the time, there is no choice. The base station is connected with a fiber. And you see here that we converge that connectivity, meaning that on that fiber, we will definitely use a PON network as we can deliver on the same network fiber to the home services or fiber to the business. So we transport all the base station traffic on our equipment. That is not easy to do. We had to make a lot of R&D to achieve that. It's a reality today. Our equipment is synchronizing the mobile base station with an extremely high accuracy, which is our contribution to ITUT and the standardization. So it's real life. We can today do that, and we do it in large scale. Now, there is another convergence. When you draw the fiber to the end user, you need to dig up the street. You need to break and put the fiber in the ground. That costs a lot of money. We can avoid that. And we avoid that by doing fixed wireless, in fact, access. What we allow to do, we bring the fiber nearby the home or nearby in the street in order to be able to give a 1 gig service to each of the users of the street. And that is fantastic, because then you can serve very high broadband speed without having the need to bring the fiber to the ground. So it's a very new technology which starts to be today under preparation for 2018. I just give here the advantage. You see that when you converge the network, basically the operator, the government, are winning half of their cost. So by just putting the mobile traffic on the network, you are making a significant savings, and it turns to be billions of euros of savings in those type of investments. Just as an example, we see here that on the PON network, we have converged the Telefonica network, for example, by putting fixed and mobile together to prepare the 5G. So that was already a joint partnership we were doing. And also you see on the right side in the Arabic countries, we have deployed already 10 gig services to the home of the subscriber. Now, let's zoom a little bit on WirelessPON. WirelessPON means, as you see, that we bring the fiber very nearby the customer. We can serve 10, 20, up to 30 customers, but we serve them with an antenna. And that antenna is going to reach the home without the need to put the fiber and to break the street. So it's extremely nice solution to avoid all that cabling problems, to drop the cost, and very interesting to have a very short time to market, because just putting 2 antennas just take few hours maximum, while breaking the street, putting a cable, going to the home, installing the entire cabling takes for sure multiple days and even months. So this is a real breakthrough which we are preparing now with major operators in Europe. There is interest in Greece, and we hope to bring that technology in Greece very quickly by end of this year or somewhere at the beginning of next year. Just to conclude, what we do in Nokia is we are partnering with a large operator to deploy broadband networks. You see that we are present everywhere, and we treat this project really in a partnership. So we design the network with our customers, with the operator. We analyze their needs, and based on that, we are able to customize the equipment and the solution to find the best business case, the cheapest solution to fit the economy of their country. So that's basically the end of the presentation, just to share with every one of you that fiber is just at the start, in fact, in Europe, and there is a lot of solution to make it as efficient as possible.